Since we first saw it as a star-like object in the night sky, Mars has intrigued humanity. Early on, the planet's crimson tint distinguished it from its gleaming siblings, each captivating in their own way, but none tracing a crimson arc across Earth's skies. Hey guys, welcome back to Tech World for another space episode. Today, the main thing we're going to talk about is the world's dream of going to Mars from then till now. And there will be some extra information about SpaceX's mission Mars as well. So don't go anywhere and stick with us until the end. Let's begin our journey. The beginning. Let's see when all this began. The dream of going to and observing Mars, the red giant. Since the 1960s, humans have set out to uncover what Mars can tell us about how planets develop and change, and if it has ever harbored extraterrestrial life. So far, only unmanned spacecraft have visited Mars, but that might change shortly. NASA hopes to place the first humans on Mars by the 2030s, and many more missions will launch before then to accelerate exploration. It is no secret that many do plan to colonize Mars as well as turn it into a major tourist spot, for those who have more than enough money, that is. So here's why these expeditions are so crucial, as well as what humans have learned about Mars after decades of investigation. Why Mars? I mean, there's so many planets out there to be discovered, so why Mars? Let's see why everybody is so interested in discovering more and more about the red giant. Exploring Mars helps scientists learn about momentous shifts in the climate that can fundamentally alter planets. Learn how the red planet was formed from gas and dust and what its polar ice caps mean for life as we know it. Although water does exist on Mars, it's locked into the planet's icy polar caps and buried beneath the surface. The question now is what happened? Where did those liquids go, and what happened to the Martian atmosphere?
1 minute to atmospheric entry, current altitude 121 miles, current velocity 12,084 miles per hour.
Essentially, the reason we need to find answers to these questions is to build another habitat suitable for humans, because the Earth's population is increasing and the area suitable for living is shrinking, whether naturally or as a result of humans. Beginning of the Mars journey. Here, we're going to see when the real missions to Mars started. Who are the main parties that succeeded in going to Mars's orbit in unmanned spaceships? Let's get into it now. Sending a spacecraft to Mars is difficult, and landing on the planet is considerably more difficult. The thin Martian atmosphere complicates descent, and more than 60% of landing attempts have failed. So far, 4 space organizations have placed spacecraft in Martian orbit: NASA, Russia's Roscosmos, the European Space Agency (ESA), and the Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO). The United States is the only country that has successfully landed a ship on the planet's surface, with 8 successful landings. The UAE and China may join that group if their recently launched HOPE and Tianwen-1 missions reach Mars safely in February 2021. Other than these major countries and organizations, there are plenty of other private space-related institutes that are interested in going to and exploring Mars, like Elon Musk's SpaceX. Next, we're going to see some successful journeys to Mars by humankind, even though they were just observation spacecraft. Successful missions to Mars from then till now. So we're going to see a couple of Mars missions done so far and what we got from each of them. Let us know in the comments if you know of more missions that we haven't mentioned. NASA Mariner 4. This is the first spacecraft that swung by Mars in July 1965 and captured the first close-up images of this foreign world. Mars 3 in 1971, the Soviet space program sent the first spacecraft into Martian orbit. It returned roughly 8 months worth of observations about the planet's topography, atmosphere, weather, and geology. The mission also sent a lander to the surface, but it returned data for only about 20 seconds before going quiet. NASA Viking 1 and 2. In 1976, they became the first spacecraft to successfully operate on the planet's surface, returning photos until 1982. They also conducted biological experiments on Martian soil that were designed to uncover signs of life in space. But their results were inconclusive, and scientists still disagree over how to interpret the data. NASA's Pathfinder mission to Mars. It was launched in 1996 and put the first free-moving rover, called Sojourner, on the planet. Its successors include the rovers Spirit and Opportunity, which explored the planet for far longer than expected and returned more than 100,000 images before dust storms obliterated their solar panels in the 2010s. NASA InSight. This is one of the currently active spacecraft on Mars. It is probing the planet's interior, and it is already revealed that Mars quakes routinely rattle its surface. NASA Curiosity. It's the second operational spacecraft on Mars. It was launched in 2012 and is also steel-wheeling around in Gale Crater, taking otherworldly selfies and studying the rocks and sediments deposited in the crater's ancient lakebed. Other than all these, there are many active spacecraft sent to Mars which continue to send information up to date. There are NASA's MAVEN Orbiter, Mars Renaissance Orbiter, and Mars Odyssey, ESA's Mars Express and Trace Gas Orbiter, and India's Mars Orbiter mission. So next on our list is to know about what Elon is planning to do with his mission Mars, where he plans to colonize Mars probably around 2029 or 2030. Mars mission by SpaceX. So what do you think Elon is up to? He's been interested in Mars's journey as far back as 2016. SpaceX plans to send a Red Dragon capsule for a soft landing on Mars in 2018. In September 2017, Elon Musk announced an updated vehicle design for the Mars mission at the International Astronautical Congress. SpaceX recently proposed a plan to begin the colonization of Mars by developing a high-capacity transportation infrastructure. The aspirational objective at the time was to advance the technology and infrastructure so that the first humans to Mars could potentially depart as early as 2024. Though the plan has been pushed back to 2029 due to issues, it is still 1 year ahead of NASA's goal of sending humans to Mars by 2030. The Starship is planned to provide the capability for on-orbit activities like satellite delivery, servicing the International Space Station, moon missions, as well as Mars missions. The process of going to Mars by SpaceX. So on the SpaceX official website, they have clearly mentioned what they plan to do for this mission to Mars. To Mars and back. Together, the Starship spacecraft and Super Heavy rocket create a reusable transportation system capable of on-orbit refueling and leveraging Mars's natural H2O and CO2 resources to refuel on the surface of Mars. On-orbit refilling. The Starship uses tanker vehicles, basically the Starship spacecraft without the windows, to refuel the Starship spaceship in low Earth orbit before heading to Mars. On-orbit refueling allows for the transfer of up to 100 tons all the way to Mars. Furthermore, if the tanker ship has a large reuse capacity, the major cost is the propellant, and the cost of oxygen and methane is quite minimal. Landing on Mars. The Starship will enter Mars's atmosphere at 7.5 kilometers per second and decelerate aerodynamically. The vehicle's heat shield is designed to withstand multiple entries. But given that the vehicle is coming into Mars's atmosphere so hot, we still expect to see some ablation of the heat shield, similar to wear and tear on a brake pad. The engineering video below simulates the physics of Mars entry for Starship. Who can go to Mars? Who do you think will be able to colonize Mars after Elon Musk's plan? Elon Musk reiterated that he aims to colonize Mars by building a self-sustaining city of 1 million people on the planet. In the past, Musk estimated that a ticket to Mars on SpaceX flight would cost between $100,000 and $50,000. Musk also said that his company wants to make it available to anyone who wants to go. If moving to Mars costs, for argument's sake, $100,000, then I think almost anyone can work and save up and eventually have $100,000 and be able to go to Mars if they want. But guys, don't you think there's a problem with this statement? I mean, the average income of an American is around $31,000. so they have to save at least half of their salary per month for more than a few years just to go to Mars. But what about other costs of going there, like spacesuits, or money for a small shopping spree in outer space? Anyways, I think it's nice if anyone could go to Mars just like going to another country for a holiday. So let's hope for the best, shall we? So guys, that's all the information we brought you today. What do you think about humankind's ultimate mission to Mars? Will we be able to send humans to Mars by 2030? Will we be able to colonize Mars? Do leave your ideas down below in the comment area. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Till the next space adventure, have fun and take care.